Yo, what's good? I'm back. Yesterday, excuse me. Yesterday, I went to an early. I don't know if I could do this shit with gum in my mouth. 1 second. I'm sorry. I was dead ass about to just make this whole video with gum in my mouth, but no. Okay. Yesterday I went to a Scream Unseen. I haven't been to one since I think January. I know what movie it was. The last Scream Unseen I went to was Companion, with my mom, and I'm pretty sure that was in January. So it's been quite a while. But yesterday I went to a new Scream Unseen, and it was Bring Her Back. I checked the Reddit. Everybody was saying it, so I was like, I bet this gives me the opportunity to see it early, get my review out, so I won't have to see it next week alongside Karate Kid. Because originally I was gonna plan on seeing Karate Kid and Bring Her Back on the same day, but I was like, do I really want to do that? So it's good that I ended up seeing it early anyways. Now, the Bring Her Back, it is made by the directors that made Talk to Me from 2023. That movie was solid. And the Raka brothers, I remember watching a few of their videos when I was little, the whole clown shit. That was funny. And also a little disturbing. No. I put you in here. Be quiet. My dog's not letting me exist today. But yeah, the Raka brothers. So this is their sophomore film. And I will say, I do think this is better than Talk to Me. Is it as iconic as Talk to Me? No. And the soundtrack for Talk to Me was way better. But in terms of like the story and the characters, I cared way more than I did for the Talk to Me characters. So this follows a stepbrother and stepsister. Their dad dies in the shower, and they go into foster care, and they stay at this woman's house. Why? I swear. Okay, the brother's name is Andy. The sister's name is Piper, and she is also blind. And the woman's name is, I know the actress. I think the actress is Sally. So I'm just gonna say Sally because I can't remember her character's name. I'm sorry. But yeah, this woman, she's very deranged, very confused. Her daughter passed away, and she does some satanic shit to try to bring her back. And she essentially tries to use Piper to resurrect her daughter. There's also another boy there. His name is Oliver, and he's, from what I gauged, he's this innocent kid that gets abducted by her and has a demon put inside of him. And this demon just likes to eat shit. Now, I'm not gonna lie, they didn't really go deep into like the mythology and the lore behind what's all of that's going on. They mainly focus on the characters and their backstories and what they went through. So essentially, Andy, he's a 17-year-old. He used to be a troubled kid, and the dad used to beat him because he only really cared for Piper. And Piper, she just thought that, the dad was a saint, and when they were little, when he was 8, I think, he hit Piper. But now that, they're older, he really loves Piper and cares for her, and, she loves him. The sibling dynamic between the two was what really, sold the film. Because, knowing these guys, I know that this shit was going to end in tragedy, and it does. I'm not going to lie to you. This might be the bleakest film, the bleakest horror film of 2025 so far. It's going to be hard to top this shit. It's very dark. Like, the longer the film goes on, the darker it gets. Sorry. And by the end, you're just like, I'm not gonna lie, when the movie ended, nobody said a word. The silence in that room when the movie finished and the credits started rolling was deafening. That's how silent it was. And the visual effects, like the gore, amazing. At one point, Oliver puts a knife in his mouth and is like chewing on it, and the blade like goes up his lip. It's fucking incredible. And there's another scene where he's like biting into the table, and his teeth is just, let's just say this kid is fucked afterwards. And then he starts like biting pieces of his skin off. He just it's mental. It's mental, just to say the least. So yeah, these guys don't hold back. They fully send the shit with the gore and the violence. At one point, Sally's character punches Piper in the eye and blames it on Andy. The entire movie, she's trying to make Andy look like the bad guy so that they could separate, because once he turns 18 in 3 months, he was going to apply for adoption so that they could be together. So she's just doing everything in her power to just fuck this guy over. And throughout the whole movie, you really root for Andy. Andy is a great protagonist, and so is Piper. I would say she's like a secondary antagonist. I would say like Andy is like the main antagonist. From what I gauge from these directors, they have a habit of killing off their main characters. And Talk to Me, they killed off, the main chick. And in this one, Andy dies. She ends up driving her car into the woman that, sent them there from the, foster place. And he gets nicked, and then she drowns him in a puddle, and he dies. And it was very upsetting. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of things that happen in this movie is very upsetting. Definitely not for the weak. And this movie, it really deals with trauma and grief and getting over that, because she never got over her daughter's death, so she turns to satanic shit and kidnapping and murdering just to bring her daughter back to life. And it inevitably fails. She has her daughter in this like freezer, like her dead corpse in the freezer. So she essentially was going to use Piper to like do something and like transfer her daughter's soul into Piper. That's what I got from it. But she fights back. She gets away. At first, I thought that Piper was gonna die too, because I'm like, are they just gonna full send that shit? But no, she doesn't die. She gets away. So does Oliver. There's like this white circle around where they're at, and like when he crosses that line, he just starts tweaking. But I think it's just a demon like coming out of him, and then eventually does, and he gets saved. But I'm not gonna lie, Oliver is cooked. Like his whole body is chips by the end of the movie. Ignore the barking, I'm sorry. And Piper gets away, and Sally's character, she commits suicide and lays in the pool with her corpse, her daughter's corpse, and then the cops find out. This movie was great. I don't think I got that across. This movie is a good movie. I think it's better than Talk to Me, but it's like a one and done for me. Like, it's like one of those movies where it's like, it's just not fun. It's like just full of dread. And I appreciate that. I appreciate when movies are just like, you know what, fuck you guys. We're gonna make the most disturbing, bleak shit ever. And they accomplished that. They accomplished that fully, and it was a journey. Throughout the whole movie, I was just like, what the fuck is happening, bro? What the fuck am I witnessing on this screen? And it was an incredible, surreal experience, and the part that really got me was throughout the whole movie, like, she's trying to mess up the relationship between Andy and Piper, pin them against each other. As Andy leaves after having a confrontation with Sally's character, and he goes to in my mind, I'm thinking ASPCA. It's not ASPCA, the foster care place, to talk to the lady, and she's like, all right, we'll go check it out. He leaves this voice message to Piper, because throughout the movie, Piper is like, she gets bullied a little bit, and she doesn't want to use her cane because she wants, she doesn't want people to baby her, all that shit. He leaves her this message, this really touching, heartfelt message about, their dad and his feelings, and it's heartbreaking knowing that, you know, he doesn't make it. He doesn't make it through. You know, moments later he gets killed. She finds his body, and that was rough as well. And when she escapes, she hears the voice message that he left her, and it's rough, bro. It's like after watching a movie like this, like you just gotta go home and take a shower because it's just like, ugh, like I need to wash all this shit off, bro. That was a lot. But it was you guys should definitely check it out, man. It's something, bro. It's something. Will I watch this movie again? I don't know. We'll see. It depends on if my family wants to, you know, experience depression. But other than that, there's like probably like a one and done. But it was a sorry. It was an incredible experience, truly. And they did it again. And, you know, Talk to Me 2 is on the way. I'm looking forward to that. So, yeah. Short, sweet, simple, to the point. This movie was fire, but it was bleak. So, yeah. I'm the Hero Light Legend, Tyree Figueroa, signing out. Peace.